Good morning. Thank you for tuning into your daily operations weather brief for Friday, September 6th. We are currently seeing the impacts from Hurricane Dorian, which just made landfall on Cape Hatteras only a few minutes ago. We will continue to see these periods of moderate to briefly heavy rain throughout the day today, as well as increasing wind gusts. We just saw our highest wind gust in the last 10 minutes or so at around 40 miles per hour, and we do anticipate our max wind gusts this afternoon to be between 45 to perhaps 50 miles per hour once we get towards the late morning into the early afternoon. Take a look at our surface analysis real quick. There you have Hurricane Dorian over the Outer Banks. It made landfall at Cape Hatteras, like I said, just a few minutes ago, and then it'll continue to move off northeast as we go throughout the day today, increasing in speed, and it looks like we'll continue to see these gusty winds and periods of rain, expecting about 1.5 to 2 inches of rain today, and with rain shutting off around midnight, and we'll see those winds die off around that time too as well. Currently seeing overcast around 500 feet, restricted visibilities with some moderate rain as of 8 a.m. Wind was from azimuth 040 at 23 knots, gusting to 33. We just had a gust right after this around 35 knots, which is 40 miles per hour. Temperature of 75 degrees. Taking a quick look on our radar loop here, we are in past hours starting to see those heavier bands of rain starting to come on shore. You can see downstream a little bit. Doesn't look really any breaks expected as we go throughout the morning and into the early afternoon hours for this rain, as there's plenty of heavy rain on shore that will continue to move on shore. There is some lightning associated with these cells that are about 75 nautical miles away from the island. Doesn't look like there's really a good chance of that making it onto land, as that lightning should dissipate as it moves closer towards our area, but can't rule out a very slight chance, less than 15%, as we go towards the late morning hours and the early afternoon, of seeing an isolated embedded thunderstorm with these heavier rain bands expected to continue to move in. Taking a look at our forecast for today, going to see pretty much temperatures staying similar to what they are. Winds are going to slowly increase throughout the day, maxing out in the late morning to early afternoon hours at around 30 to 35 knots, gusting to 43 knots or close to 50 miles per hour at times early this afternoon. Going to continue to see moderate to heavy rains steadily throughout the rest of the morning into the afternoon hours, and we will be seeing that rain then start to taper off a bit, starting around 5 or 6 p.m. with just some light showers and expected after. And it does look like that rain will end by about midnight. Can't rule out a sprinkle or two after midnight, or perhaps a little bit of drizzle, but it does look like we'll see that rain end. And then we're also going to see those winds end pretty quickly along with that rain as that storm moves off to the northeast away from Wallops, becoming northwesterly at 10 to 15 knots around midnight, with gusts just to around 24 knots, and then slowly decreasing throughout the rest of the pre-dawn hours, becoming northwesterly at 8 to 13 knots by mid-morning Saturday. Going to be seeing possibly some isolated flooding out there with this heavy rain as we go towards this afternoon. Just something to keep an eye out for. We are in a low tide right now, and kind of seeing those rough seas. So as we get into high tide, which is around 2:30 this afternoon, that's when we're going to be seeing our chance for a little bit more of a storm surge on the island, around 1 to 2 feet, just for the extreme low-lying areas out there. Taking a look at our terminal forecast, just going to basically be seeing those ceilings down to around 500 feet throughout the day today in this rain, and then we'll see those ceilings finally start to break up after midnight, becoming scattered at 15, scattered at 500, and then by mid-morning tomorrow, just going to be seeing a few clouds of 1,500 feet, few at 6,000, and few at 25,000, so likely becoming mostly sunny by the mid to late morning hours on Saturday. Going to be a nice weekend, however. We are going to be seeing mostly cloudy skies early tomorrow, becoming mostly sunny by about noon. Only high of 82, no chance of rain for the weekend. Saturday night, partly cloudy and seasonable with a low of 65. Then Sunday, we're going to just see a little bit of an uptick in cloudiness and a seasonable high of 81, but remaining dry. That'll do it for your daily operations weather brief. We'll be back for your full weather briefing and extended outlook, and to talk a little bit more about Dorian at 10 a.m. Have a great day.